you are not going to know what you like if you don't fucking try shit. So go take action and get off the sideline. Stop watching other people do shit and start doing shit yourself. Get in the game, because you only have so much time on this planet. So why would you not want to try a bunch of shit and find out what you like? Okay, that is the best way that I know not to live life with regrets, is to get out there and try things so you don't have to sit there and think, oh, I wonder what would have happened if I did this. No, you know, because you tried. Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Better Than Yesterday show. My name is Eric Riley, and I'm going to be your host today. And today we're going to talk about a personal experience of mine that has really actually been the catalyst for why I want to make this type of content and help people realize their full potential and be better every day. But before we get into that, I just want to say, if you enjoy this show at all, if it provides you any value, makes you think a certain way, please make sure to share it with a like-minded friend or on your social medias and help me get this message out and grow. I want to grow this podcast organically and spread the message as much as possible. So with that being said, if you enjoy this, please make sure to share it with your friends. Now let's get into the show. So today we're going to talk about some of the key takeaways and things that I learned over the course of my weight loss journey. So if you guys don't know, I was in February of 2020, so about 14 months ago, I was 210, 215 pounds and just not living, very healthy, very overweight, and just didn't have a very healthy or good lifestyle. So I decided back in February, and if you listen to my last podcast, I'm sure you heard, me talk about this a little bit. I read a book and realized that I'm not being proactive and I really need to fix my situation and get better. So I decided, hey, I'm going to start losing weight and I'm going to get on my shit today. And the way I did that was I basically told myself, you're going to run every single day and you're not allowed to, take a day off until you at least have some results to look at and justify a small break, and by a small break, I literally meant taking one day off. So I told myself that. And on top of that, I was obviously going to eat healthier and, get on my health shit. So February of 2020, I started and literally could barely run down the block without dying, right? I was running a mile and, stopping halfway through, etc. And that's okay, right? You literally have to start somewhere. If you don't start somewhere, you're never going to make any progress, right? So I started there and, after a little bit, I was able to kick up the distance a little, and slowly but surely I was getting up there in distance. 30 days go by, I'm able to run 2.5 miles, but, without stopping. And then, more and more as I go on, obviously. And, first month, obviously I wasn't seeing many results. I was just kind of doing this because I knew it was good for me. I made it a point, I'm not going to step on a scale because I don't really give a shit about the results right now. I'm just focused on what I'm doing and what I can control, right? I can't control, how fast I'm going to lose weight, but I can control what I'm doing every day. So, I went on for a month and, barely any results, running 1 to 2 miles a day. And then after the second month, I was able to get up to 3 to 4 miles a day, and I was starting to see a little bit of results. And once I started to see any results, that was really what made me think I need to fucking start doing more of this. I was hyped up about it. I was just, excited, because when you start to see, your hard work start to pay off a little bit, you start to get a little bit of that delayed gratification. That makes you just want to start going more and more. At least it did for me, right? As soon as you saw a little bit of results, you realize hey, this is actually working. I should probably be doing more of this and tripling down on this. So after, another month, I was able to get up to 4 to 5 miles, and then another month goes by, 5 to 8, 6 to 8 miles, something like that. So after about 4 or 5 months, I guess it was 5 months, I was able to run 10 miles, no problem, 10 miles. So that's me starting at 1 mile in February and being able to get up to 10 miles, just a 10-mile run in July. And I was, and that was like on average, right? I could go even further if I wanted to. And this isn't for me to like try to, brag about it. I mean, like, I don't really care. Like, I did what I did, and I don't think like I'm special or anything like that. It really surprised even me about how fast I could kind of turn around that lifestyle and be able to, get up there in distance, how quickly I was able to do that. And it really surprised me, right? And I really don't think I would have had the motivation to go out and be able to do that if I wasn't seeing results already, because seeing those results just made me want to go that much harder and push myself that much harder. So, by July, I had basically lost all my weight. Like at that point, I was like 140 pounds, and I'd completely skinny and just looked completely different. So that kind of caps off the end of the weight loss portion of this journey. But I do want to get into, what did I gather from that? What did I learn? And what have I tried to apply to other aspects of my life? So I have about 3 key takeaways that I think I did really well. So after I have like a big experience or any type of, thing that's going to change my perspective on something, I like to do what's called an after action report and basically look at, how I handled the situation and what I did well and what I did bad. So I'm going to talk about 3 things that I did well on this show today, and maybe we'll get into the bad some other time. So key takeaways, number 1 is triple down on the things that you're good at. So when you find something that is going to improve your situation in some form, whether that be financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever, when you find an activity that's going to make you a better person and you enjoy it and you're halfway decent at it, triple the fuck down on those activities. Like, so there's this thing called the 80-20 principle, and it basically says that 20% of your actions are going to lead to 80% of the results in your life. So when I think of a 20% action for me, that's things like running, like reading, things that are improving my situation, that are going to push me forward and make me able to produce the results down the line. So a 20% activity, like when you find those, when you identify things that you're actually good at and that are going to make you a better person, like starting a business, reading, running, some form of exercise, whatever, just triple the fuck down on them. Like, why would you not be doing them as much as you possibly can? Because not only do you enjoy it, so you're going to like doing it, but it's going to make you a better person because of that. Like, I knew that I wasn't going to enjoy lifting weights, so that's why I didn't say that I'm going to lift weights every day to lose weight, because I knew that I just wouldn't enjoy it, so I probably wouldn't be able to commit to that. I knew that I could get into running, and that's why I stuck with that. So second thing, get out of your comfort zone. So I never would have known that I liked running as much as I did if I didn't give it a fair try, right? Like, you need to start trying shit that, those activities that I was just talking about like 2 minutes ago, the things that are going to make you better that you also enjoy. You need to start trying shit if you're going to try to identify things like that. Like, I would have never known I like running so much if I wasn't trying that shit. Like, if I wasn't going out and running and actually giving it a fair try. Same thing with reading a certain type of book or starting a certain type of business in industry. All those types of activities, you are not going to know what you like if you don't fucking try shit. So go take action and get off the sideline. Stop watching other people do shit and start doing shit yourself. Get in the game, because you only have so much time on this planet. So why would you not want to try a bunch of shit and find out what you like? Okay, that is the best way that I know not to live life with regrets, is to get out there and try things so you don't have to sit there and think, oh, I wonder what would have happened if I did this. No, because you tried, right? Even if you don't enjoy it all the time, like, at least you gave it a fair try, okay? So there's a quote that I think of all the time whenever I'm in my head about, do I want to try something new? And that is, action cures fear. There's always going to be a little voice in your head trying to tell you, oh, I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do that, blah, blah, blah. but understand that after the first time and after you take action that first time, it gets so much easier. I'll give you another example. Like when I started my Instagram page about 3 months ago, it's an Instagram page all about, reaching your full potential and developing yourself and motivation, etc. I was so nervous at before I put out my first post. Like when I was making my first post, I remember I was just like, oh, it has to be perfect. Like I don't want to put myself out there. Like what if people think this, that, blah, blah, blah. And after I made that first post, it got so much easier, right? Because action cures fear. It's like a muscle you need to develop of not giving a fuck what people think. So that is like a huge one for me that I realized is like, yo, fuck what people think. Go do shit. Go try things for yourself because you don't know what you enjoy until you try that. So third thing, no compromises. Do not make excuses. So even if you identify something that is going to improve your situation and that you enjoy, you are going to wake up some days and not want to get your shit done and probably not want to do that activity, okay? So like when I woke up, there were days when I woke up and didn't want to run. And you know what I did on those days? I immediately went for that run because I was trying to teach myself self-discipline. I was trying to make myself mentally tough. And the way you do that is by subordinating your emotions, subordinating that little voice in your head telling you that it's okay to not give it your all today. Subordinate that shit and go do whatever the fuck you're not trying to do. Like, so if you're feeling lazy and you think, oh, I don't want to go to the gym today, shut your voice up, get up and go to the gym, because that is the best way I know to show yourself who is in charge, to show your subconscious that you're not going to give in to these little emotional temptations, right? When you put your emotions aside and you subordinate them and still go get your shit done, what does that tell your subconscious? That tells your subconscious like, yo, I am in charge. Like my rational side of my brain that knows what is good for me is in charge, and I'm not going to give in to that little bitch voice in my head that's telling me to go be complacent and go sit on the couch and watch Netflix. You're going to get up and do your shit because you know it's good for you. Okay? So those are my 3 takeaways from my weight loss journey. I'm going to go back over them again for you guys. 1, triple down on your strengths. 2, get out of your comfort zone and take some fucking action. And 3, do not compromise. Don't make excuses. Have integrity with yourself and keep the promises that you make to yourself. All right, that's the show, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Again, follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you enjoy this show and want more content like this at Rick's Doing It, RicksDoinit. And I will talk to you guys all next week. See ya.